New York City has elected Democrat Assemblyman Zoran Mamdani to be its next mayor.
Hey! All right. How you doing, man?
How you doing?
All right. You're doing great, huh?
I'm doing better now.
What a politician!
I didn't know he was going to show up. He's like, a little pressure.
A little brush up. Let's get to it. No. There is a reason why the whole bloody world is watching this election.
I want to applaud everybody in New York City who came out to exercise their right to vote. We will be setting a new record. It hasn't been achieved since I was a young boy watching the election in 1969 of John Lindsay. Over 2 million voters.
Billionaire bucks that were flowing into the anti-Mamdani campaign. He won pretty handily against Andrew Cuomo. Bill Ackman almost personally ran against Mamdani, right? Michael Bloomberg also gave money of $8.3 million to stop Mamdani, and it didn't matter.
Also, my friends, feel proud. We got up off the mat after the primary, and we made it a real race when the media had already commenced the coronation.
I hope that everyone within range of my voice will understand that we've just begun to fight. That we stand as a fusion team and a fusion ticket, and that we mean and intend to win for New York City. And I hope that everyone within the range of my voice, too, will understand that we call upon all New Yorkers to join us in this crusade for a better New York, for fusion government, and for a continuation of our policies of progress and change.
Yo, what's up, beautiful people? It's your boy, Blair I. Jackson, aka the Rebelwinger, and whole time, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. So for those of you who don't know, New York's mayoral election ended in Mamdani being the winner. Zoran Mamdani is your next mayor of New York City. Now, before I say anything, I have to be petty, so I'm just going to say this now. I am with Sliwa then, I'm with Sliwa now, and I'm with Sliwa forever. Curtis Sliwa. But other than that, I just want to carry on. This election specifically was one of the biggest turnouts in New York's election history, with 2 million people going outside to vote. I don't think y'all understand the significance of that. For the first time in a long time, emphasis in the importance of local elections, actually seeing the things and actually seeing the political change in which you want to see in your everyday life through your community, rather than waiting for the president, and instead focusing on your legislative branch, your judicial branch, your local politics, to actually see the political change in which you want to see in your local community. Arguably, this election was probably one of the biggest elections, if not the biggest election, since Joe Biden versus Donald Trump. And that's not even an exaggeration. Each candidate was extremely diverse, and not only were they extremely diverse, but they came with a lot of dualism, which essentially is what we're constantly going through right now. But the divinity within dualism and overall just trying to figure that out as a country, they were beautiful reflections of it. Despite Cuomo having the most political experience, he was the most hated out of each candidate. Support from the GOP, which made him tremendously disliked. His time as the governor of New York being tremendously terrible, especially regarding the pandemic, as well as budgets and city spending, plus the support in which he got from Eric Adams, who was considered a buffoon of a mayor. He was doing so many things wrong, my goodness. Cuomo would also intentionally slander Mamdani's name. And on top of that, one thing that I hated the most was the fact that both moderators, political analysts, and the candidates outside of Zoran kept acting as if Sliwa was obsolete. Unless if he was trying to petition Sliwa getting out of the election, like how New York did with Eric Adams. And also he had 12 sexual assault cases. Okay. He was experienced. He's the most experienced. That was the good about him. Then you had the legendary Curtis Sliwa, a person who I was in support of, who from a general census standpoint, despite him being likable, was considered not fit for mayor by many political analysts, as well as other people that are incorporated, associated, regarding politics. Well, his policies was elite. He wanted to do a tax break both for the youth as well as the elders, and tax property break for elders in New York, which I was extremely excited for. And the reason why I was extremely excited for that is because if you know, you know. Brooklyn, New York was gentrified. And the reason why Brooklyn, New York was gentrified was because of property tax. Property tax was the main reason as to why Brooklyn was gentrified, and many of those homes that possessed Black excellence, Black legends, and etc., the list goes on, they had to go because they did not have enough money to support themselves, thus causing a cultural shift in Brooklyn as we know it today. On top of that, Curtis Lee also spoke on gaining more funds or putting half of the funds into the Department of Education to produce more scholars. Something that I feel people should make more of a big deal about. Because currently right now as we're speaking, we know that Donald Trump has defunded the Board of Education or is in conversation of doing so. And on top of that, understand Brown versus the Board of Education was not just for integration. Brown versus the Board of Education was for better access to education. And with our kids being one of the highest in regards to illiteracy, it is imperative to improvise and show and expose and give our kids better access to education. And with Sliwa's policies, for the first time, I finally saw a candidate that actually had policies that would benefit my community. But while he has all these great ideas, he was also for chilling, being cool, and being cooperative with ICE, which would have been extremely dangerous for New York, with New York being a melting pot of immigrants, which was the dualism part about him, but still great candidate. And of course, you have your winner. Matter of fact, hold on. I know y'all love this smile, so of course you have your winner, Zoran Mamdani. Zoran was charismatic. He gave the people hope. He made a movement, which was New York is not for sale. He was extremely adamant to the Trump administration and was extremely vocal against the Trump administration compared to his constituents. He was one who honestly just was a great conveyor, a great persuader, and even the way in which he attacked his constituents was extremely composed compared to what politics is today. But despite him being all those great things, and even a Renaissance man, Zoran is an optimist politic. In other words, he has great ideas, but we have no idea exactly how he's going to make these ideas happen. Which of course is always a problem, but like many politicians, is this even really new? Like, is this even something that we should be disappointed about? So many politicians have just won based on their charisma. So, should we really be surprised? Cuomo was the representation of a conservative Democrat. Sliwa was the representation of a progressive Republican or a progressive conservative. Zoran was a representation of today's modern liberal in a more potent, in a more vulnerable, in a more relatable way than recent years. Not only were these candidates, but they were also characters, and they were also a great reflection of all of us. We all probably have a little Sliwa in us. We probably have a little Zoran in us. I'm not going to say the Cuomo part. But overall, this entire election was a sight to see. And honestly, I can't wait as a Chicagoan for hours to come up. Because I'm going to be in it. I'm talking in it. But, again, sorry for the wait. And from the Rebelwinger, from my family to yours, bravo, America. And to New York City, although I wish Curtis Sliwa was your mayor, congratulations to Zoran Mamdani, and wish nothing but the best for New York City. From the Rebelwinger to you, or from the Rebelwinger, from my family to yours, bravo, America.